What's going on, guys? Today we're going to try to hack this Nova up. It's going to be the first video in a ton of videos about getting this thing back to where it actually looks decent. There's a bunch of rough spots, so I'm going to have to go through and show you all of those. But yeah, this is going to be the start of a journey to try to get this thing back to somewhat solid again. I'll show you what we got going on in the back. Okay, so first off, this area that I've kind of ground out right here, that is the part that we're going to be cutting out. The inside of the trunk is super rough. So for right now, I'm going to try to fix all this stuff. I mean, there's some huge holes in there. So I got to try to fix all this stuff as best as I can. Yeah, and the wheel arches are all chewed up. This is after I've kind of ground some out, but the inner part of the arch, there's hardly anything left. So I'm just going to cut this corner panel out and see what's underneath there, see what we can work with. But it is super, super rough. Honestly, that's one of the bad things about these unibodies is that, you know, obviously you can't take the whole body off so that you can restore everything, and finding repair panels for like the inner wheel tubs and everything like that is, it's not very common. So, but we were able to find some quarter panel patches. I have to fabricate this stuff all by hand. So, and then there's just a bunch of holes everywhere. So, and then probably the most problematic spot is down here on the passenger side rocker and the quarter panel too. So that will all have to be cut out and replaced. If you like time lapses, this video is going to have a lot of it, so just stay tuned here, and hopefully we will have a somewhat better appearance once the end of this video is done. So yeah, there's some plug welds down at the bottom. I have to just drill those out, start just working my way down there, and there is just, I mean, it looks like there's nothing good to weld to. It appears that there is like a few gallons of Bondo right here. I don't know if this was kind of dented in at one time. It's a little ripply, but all right, let's start hacking on this thing. So I've got this quarter panel for the main part cut out. I've got to trim up a little bit higher, but I've cut probably 100 pounds of Bondo off of this thing already. So as you can see, there is very little good metal that we can weld to, especially up in here. I mean, this is all Bondo, just gallons of it. So honestly, seeing this thing in this condition, you know, my goal was to get this thing entered into a car show before the end of this year, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. Obviously, if I'm going to go through the process of doing it, I'm going to do it the correct way. So I'm going to take my time, just keep moving along. But yeah, there's some trouble spots. So let's keep going. Yeah, so that is all chewed up. Honestly, the tank is right around here, like right underneath the floor. So we're definitely gonna have to take the fuel tank out, drop it down, to siphon some of the gas out of it. But yeah, I'm just trying to chase back wherever the good metal is, and I don't see any anywhere close. So since I'm gonna be hacking all this stuff out, I might as well just go ahead and do what I already plan on doing and switch it over to a fuel cell instead of a fuel tank down there. So yeah, let's just keep on hacking away. There's no aftermarket trunk floor for this thing, so we're just kind of having to fabricate everything just by pounding it out by hand. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Got to still do a little corner filler piece in there and then all over here. And then we'll just keep doing this until we get the entire trunk taken care of. This is by far the biggest part of this whole job, so. Okay guys, so I just threw down some primer on there just to keep it from flash rusting and all that stuff. But we do have this piece figured out. This was the old piece that was in there. As you can see, daylight through there like crazy. But I've got that piece patched in, and then we have to go around and just kind of work our way back up into these areas. I mean, they're just really, really bad. Obviously, there's no reason to get this thing completely perfect because it's going to be in the trunk, so nobody's going to see it. Second of all, I don't want this to be a show car. I want this thing to go really fast down the drag strip. I'm not going to spend hours on hours on hours like I would the truck over there to get this thing perfect when it's legitimately just going to be in the trunk and nobody's going to see it. Plus, it's going to have some kind of flooring over top of it, so nobody's going to see it anyway. All right, guys, so that's going to end today's video. It's not going to end the work that I'm going to have to do on this, though, because it's going to be just non-stop working on this thing. But eventually we'll get this thing looking great. It's going to go really fast down the drag strip eventually, and you'll see that all here on this channel, so make sure that you're subscribed. Probably going to do a little bit of work off camera on this and then just kind of update as we go along. All the exterior stuff I'm going to do on camera. If you're interested in that, make sure you check it out. And until next video, I'll see you guys next time.